Welcome Summoners, and today we will be covering the Renekton vs Jayce matchup. The standard mastery page against Jayce is going 9-21, putting 9 points in offense to get the armor, pen, mastery, and 21 points in defense. These 21 points in defense allow us to trade better. We're picking up 5 block per auto attack, which is really great against Jayce. We're also picking up armor, tenacity, bunch of stuff that's going to help us scale better into mid game and late game. This is the standard room page against Jayce. You grab AD reds, AD quints, armor yellows, and flat magic resist blues. Alternatively, you can exchange out your blues for flat cooldown reduction. This is really good against a AD jungler, because Jayce doesn't do any magic damage, so you don't really need the extra magic resist early game. The best starting items you can go against Jayce is 5 health pots, a ward, and a rejuve bead. This allows for amazing early sustain. Pretty much it's impossible to push a Renekton out of lane with this build, and you also get a ward to protect you when you're pushing against Jayce. There's 2 ways that the Jayce Renekton matchup can play out. You can either push the wave, or Jayce can push you. If Jayce pushes you in, he's going to end up getting a ton of free poke on you with his auto attacks and his acceleration gate shockwave combos. This is going to put you either behind where you can't farm. It's going to either push you out of lane where you're going to have to back and maybe give up a tower. Overall, it's just like a really bad way to fight. There are some positives. He is pushed up really far and overextended, so a well-timed gank could net us a kill, but overall we're not going to play this style. The style we're going to lean to playing is where we push the wave early, and by pushing the wave early, Jayce has to either focus on getting his last hits under tower or harassing us, and if he's harassing us and missing last hits, we end up winning anyways. Our goal early game against Jayce is to hit level 2 before he does, so we can apply pressure and get the lane into a spot that we like. The spot we like is so the lane's lined up right next to the bush, so we can constantly duck into the bush, avoiding auto attacks and keeping guessing where we are. So we're going to try and push. We took Wolf XP, that means that 3 melee creeps and a caster creep will give us level 2. So try and time it up perfectly, go in, get some damage off. I like to start with W and E. This is because I feel comfortable pushing the lane and not taking a lot of damage. If you think you're going to get like poked really hard, it might be better to take Q early so you can get the lane pushing how you want it. This is like the exact perfect spot where we want the lane. We have a ward covering us so we can see a gank coming, and we have this bush right here to dodge in and out of, making sure we don't get poked down. And we can go in for trades anytime we want, always dodging back to the bush, and as long as he doesn't unload all of his abilities into us, we'll end up winning the trade. So here you just want to keep queuing the minions, pushing, and pretty much deny him as much CS as you can. You want to go in for trades when you can too. Go in, dash in, stun, and then try and dodge into the bush, because you don't want to give him a free Q onto you. So we just use our sustain to keep the lane here. It's not really to damage him or anything, but this is the perfect spot. It doesn't allow him to poke us, and we get to do what we want in lane, get our free CS. This lane's really hard to like kill either one, because when I try and go in and attack him, he can just hammer me away, and the same thing, if he tries to go in on me, I can just E away. So it's pretty hard for either of us to kill each other. It really just becomes a farm lane. Don't be afraid just to use your ult to push Jayce out of lane. It's really effective. You're not really going to kill him without a gank most of the time, unless he misplays horribly. So it's really good just to use it to force him from lane so you get a CS advantage. Trades can go 2 different ways with Renekton and Jayce. Jayce can either hammer you away right away, and you won't really be able to do any damage, or it'll turn out like this where he doesn't hammer you away and get a full trade on. And even after he retaliates, it won't be enough. You would have outdamaged him, so it's good to find out if the Jayce is quick enough with his fingers or not. So always try and test him out early with a combo, just to see if he's quick enough to knock you away or not. If he's not, you want to trade constantly with him, pop your ult even, just go absolutely ham because he won't be able to deal with you. Just remember, it's super important to keep an eye on your wards, because when you're pushed up like this, you're an easy target for a gank. So you always want to make sure you have an eye on your ward, or it could end up really badly. Just remember, if you get Wolf XP, 3 melee creeps and a range creep will give you level 2. And if you push the wave fast, you can get that before your opponent, and it's really important that you go in and get a trade. Do a lot of extra damage. Just remember that Jayce is really squishy, so when we have the wave pushed to his tower at all times pretty much, it makes him an easy target to dive under tower. If your mid laner or your jungler wants to come and they have some form of CC, just tank the tower, let them CC, and finish off Jayce because he's really squishy. Thanks for watching another Renekton guide video. Hope you guys learned a little bit about the Jayce Renekton matchup. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below. Leave a comment down below on what champion you want me to do next, and I'll try and get the video out as quick as possible. And I'll leave you with this clip before we leave.